now we can send Dan in there. We can pretend that Dan's some drunk dude on a Saturday night up at King's Cross and he's just punched someone. And the girls will go and grab him. Usually they're not as compliant as that, coming back from experience. But just for the sake of demonstration, that's how we would grab someone. And we would take their arms up over the horse and gain control of that person. Putting pressure on the person when they're in between the horse also helps to make the person compliant. Sometimes, as I've been saying throughout the day, you do look down and the person might have a tear in their eye and you realise that the horse is actually standing on their foot, which most of our horses weigh at least 500 kilos, so that's not pretty. So it is a good way of restraining someone. Also, if you'll note, the horse's backsides are close together, and that's to stop someone shooting at the back. If they do wrestle or break free, it stops them being able to run out the back of the horses. So they're the techniques that we try to deploy when we're arresting someone. And we could arrest someone, hold them, and then call on our radio for a cage truck to come and pick them up. And that's generally the way that we operate. Sometimes when you're out on the street, you might need to use an object to pin someone against. And I'll get Now we've got a pair of riders coming in now that you may have seen out on the street riding around outside before you came in today. We've got Senior Constable Leanne Ford riding Major on that side, and on this side here we've got Senior Constable Jen Cobb riding Royal. Now this pair of riders are going to do a small demonstration on how to arrest someone. And our arrest dummy's gone. Chloe, can you come and be our arrest dummy? Chloe's one of our new recruits and she's still in her training. So she spends a lot of time in the arena, being put through her paces by Danny. And being a new recruit, you sometimes get the most glamorous jobs, such as being a dummy to be arrested. Now, as I said earlier, our horses work in pairs on the street. And it does take a lot of coordination by the rider to control the horse with one hand. So if we've got Chloe walking along and she's just punched someone or broken something and she's drunk, as many of our customers are, we would ride along and snatch her. Now, one of the advantages of being in a pair is that we try and keep the horse's rear ends as close together as they can to prevent her spitting out the back. That's if she does happen to break free. Most people, once you have them jammed in between the horses though, are pretty compliant. Sometimes you will look down and someone will have tears in their eyes and you realise the horse is standing on their foot and they're not going to say anything because they're far too tough for that. Also, having their arms up over the wither of the horse does give you a bit of control because you're slightly lifting them off the ground and putting them off balance. Now, sometimes you might have more than one offender to deal with, and you use any means possible when you're out on the street. Don't bash her up, Leanne, she's still training. Anyway, you might use a wall. See how Major's pushing her sideways? So you could jam her up against the wall until you get some assistance from foot police, which we do rely on. Obviously we can't transport an offender on our own horses, so we will call on the radio and ask for a van to come and pick up the police. So general duties will come up and grab them. So you might keep someone jammed up against the wall for a little while, have a chat to them, get some details, while you're waiting for the general duties police to come and take them back to the station. So you did notice how Major was pushing against Chloe, and Leanne was directing So you saw the horse's side passing earlier in our drill display, and this might be why we side pass. So Jen might be off busy with someone else, and Leanne needs to use an object. There's plenty of walls around in the city. And she can hold Dan there just by pushing away from the walls against it. And I can tell you that most people would be pretty scared in that situation, being held up against the wall. And usually the rider has holds it as well. So we could hold someone there until we got support from full police and that truck to come and take back to the station. So I can show you on Major if you want to come over here now. Thanks, Anna. If I push against Major, I push as hard as I can and he'll keep pushing against me. So that's why we push their shoulder, it's strong. I can't push him as easy as if I push against his rear end. I can make his rear end move, but his shoulder, he can push against me a lot easier. And our horses get to know what's expected of them. But actually you would feel him leaning up against people because they get to know what we want them to do. If I was hitting at Major, Leanne's just going to keep running at me and stop it. We get lots of people coming up behind us and they think it's funny that we don't fall from the bump, but you would have to hit a horse very, very hard to actually cause any pain to the horse. So it's not actually hurting the horse. It's more of a shock if someone walks up and slaps you on the bum, sort of bumps you like that.
Really?
Well, it's like with anything, if any police officers on the street, you know, obviously you've got a scale that you're going to use to stop someone hurting you or your horse. Because obviously if they're going to hurt your horse, it's putting the officer in danger. So it's something that is taken seriously, yes. The question was, do the horses wear eye protection? And yes, when we go into a public order situation, with, for example, the riot squad, the horses do wear additional protective gear, which you can see on that 5 marbles under there, it's going to do nothing because of the spread of the marbles. But when they actually pull together in a small situation, that's when it brings all this other stuff. So that's one common asked question that we get asked. But thanks, Jen and Leanne. And I'll let them go now. Thanks, Dave, for water.
Was it?
So thank you very much for coming on to our open day. That concludes our demonstration, single and art. So please finish up with your round and thanks for coming.
And I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
Oops! I did it again, baby. Yeah!
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye for now.